Bogart is a 3-year-old male. He's a multi-mix. One of the newer dogs at Save a Pet, very frankly, but everybody adores him. I mean, he's just mellow and laid back. Everybody likes to walk him. For some reason, when you're with this dog and he looks up at you with those eyes, you just can't help but love him. He was a local animal control, and people kept passing him over because he's not spectacular. He's not strange. He's not up. He sees that camera. He says, "What are you talking about, honey?" Yes, just loves everybody. Save a Pet loves him. Everybody here loves him, and they're hoping that he'll find a home really soon because he's very, very dear, and his name is Bogart, and he talks. If you want a dog that answers you back, wags his tail, and talks to you, this is the guy you want to look at. This is Bogart. This is Roxy. Roxy's a 3-year-old female Jack Russell. One of the staff members was at a local animal control, and the owner was in the process of relinquishing her, and the poor dog was terrified and hiding under a bench, and the owner just kept dragging her around and dragging her out by her leash. Staff member couldn't stand seeing her, made that unhappy, and as soon as the woman left, they brought her in. She's been to off-site visits. She's friendly with everybody. She's loving with everybody. Typical Jack Russell. She's high energy. She needs somebody who wants a dog that will run and romp and get into everything because they are curious and they are active and they are playful. And yes, I will use the word hyper. So before you consider a Jack Russell, do some research on the breed and find out if this is exactly what you want. They're saying good with kids over 6 because she's so small and fragile that with smaller kids she might get hurt. Seems to be good with other dogs. Basically seems to be good with all people. She's just adorable. Can you lift her up so we can see that beautiful face for a minute? Because it's absolutely the sweetest thing. This is a lovely, sweet little girl. Her name is Roxy, and she's looking for a home. This beautiful girl's name is Savannah. She's a 2.5-year-old female multi-mixed breed. Looks like she might have some hound in her. We talk about dogs being sweet all the time, but this one gives the definition to the word sweet. She was in a cage, was only hip high. She rarely got out of that cage, maybe got walked once every 2 or 3 days. For an active dog, that's torture, just being confined like that. You can see she's got an injury to her tail, probably from wagging it and hitting things because that tail does wag all the time. She is a sweetheart since she's gotten here, and she's had the opportunity to be in a big indoor run with a big outdoor run and the opportunity to be outside and play all the time. The sweetness in this dog's soul has become more and more evident. She is just a beautiful, loving, sweet, hugging, cuddling girl, happy all the time, happy to be with people. She knows her life is better. We're hoping it'll get better still when she has a forever home and somebody who will give her the love and share that love that she has for the whole world. She just wants to be loved, and she wants to love. Her name is Savannah, and she's looking for a home. This is Bobby Brown. Bobby Brown is only 7 months old, and you can tell by the way he's walking himself that he's a puppy, that he's a powerhouse, that he's full of energy. He's also fascinated by the camera. He is a rat terrier mix. He and his brother just returned from a home. They were adopted out, but they were not good with the cat. They thought the cat was a squeaky toy. And the cat didn't much like that. Neither did the owners. But they're adorable. They are puppies. They are hyper. They are playful. They are going to be small. They are loving and kind. Best in an active home with kids to wear him out. He is a clown. He will make you laugh. He will make you smile. He will entertain you. And most of all, he will love you. He is as cute as the day is long. He is as full of energy as the ever-ready bunny. And he'll just entertain you and love you and play with you and walk himself. His name is Bobby Brown, and he is just a stitch cute little boy looking for a home. Oh, a little kiss there. Oh, I got you again. Aha. This big boy is Puppy Max. Puppy is 10 years old. Suspect that he is an Akita mix. Now, this guy is kind of shy when he first sees you. It takes him a little bit of time to warm up. But if you're patient, you'll find that there's a big love in that big body. He came from a horrible situation. He was in a shelter that was closed down for animal abuse. He had been kept in a basement, rarely brought out, kept in his own feces, in filth, not allowed to exercise, not having much contact with people. But he is still a big, loving guy. And I might add, he was there for 10 years. He was there all of his life in a dark, airless, hot, stinking basement. And that did not take away the love that's in this dog. He's had some training. He sits on command. He really wants to be with you. Takes a little bit of time, but if you're patient, you will discover that this big boy is just a big, beautiful lover. His name is Puppy Max. He is lovely, and he's looking for a home. This little guy is Jack White. Jack White is Bobby Brown's brother. Also Rat Terrier mix. Had been adopted out together and returned again because they thought that the cat was a play toy. In the beginning, the shelter wanted to keep them together because they are siblings and they'd always been together. But very frankly, they're young and they're happy and they're secure. And they can go out separately. It's okay because they're young enough that they will adjust to being one in another. Again, if you can tell, this is a high-energy, very entertaining, bouncing boy who needs a lot of exercise, would do great with kids. He wants people to play with him, romp with him, tire him out. He likes to chew on ears, and he likes to give big puppy kisses. He's only 7 months old. He's only an infant. He's very sweet. He's very dear. He's very loving, and he needs a forever home of his own. His name is Jack White. This little guy is Bigger Tigger. Bigger Tigger is 1.5 years old, neutered male cattle dog mix. Great with kids. Great with everybody. This is a dog you just can't help falling in love with. You look at that beautiful face and that beautiful brindling on him, and you just know that this is a dog that you want to love. He loves belly rubs. He loves cuddling. He'd rather be with people than be outside playing. He thinks he should be a lap dog. He really believes that that's his job in life, is to get as close to you as he can and cuddle up tight. He is beautiful and sweet and very loving. He's had some basic obedience training and still remembers it. If you're looking for a dog that will be your shadow, if you're looking for a dog that will be by your feet when you sit, if not on your lap, and in your bed when you sleep, if you're looking for a dog that will look to you with eyes brimming with love, and if you're looking for a dog who will know that you have given this dog a life, you got to look at Bigger Tigger. He is just the sweetest, most loving, wonderful guy that anyone could ever want, and beautiful to boot. These are the last 2 dogs we're going to show you today. Their names are Dusty and Tippy Paws. Dusty is the white one. Tippy Paws is the black one. They are Schipperke mixes, 9 and 11-year-olds old, respectfully. They're good with some dogs, but they really would prefer being the only 2 dogs in the house. They've spent all of their lives together. They're terribly bonded to the other. Dusty has a collapsed trachea, which requires daily medication. And neither of them handles being really very active. All they want to do is cuddle and love. They sleep together. They lay together in their beds. If you had one on your lap, you would have 2 on your lap. This is a really hard place for these little guys because it's noisy and it's active, and it's just really hard for dogs that can't keep up and romp and play and can't really find a quiet place to be. They're seniors, and so people don't look at them. We have the issue with the collapsed trachea, and she has to be watched. That's Dusty. So they need to be at a home with no kids or with older teens, with people who understand that these are not dogs that want to play. These are dogs that want to cuddle and love. And if you're willing to take on 2 older girls who love each other to pieces but would love you the same way, who need a bit of care, but as we all do as we age, and are willing to give it to them so that they don't have to stay here where they're frightened and they're overstimulated and it's just not a good fit. They need a wonderful, loving person to take them home. They are indeed special needs girls. They need a special, loving person who will take them home, sit with them, pet them, hug them, and simply love them. Their names are Dusty and Tippy Paws.